I feel like you're going to have a lot of people supporting you, even on the very first year, just because it is goodness.
Would not necessarily want anything in exchange.
Those kind of people are amazing. Not because it benefits, but because I want to be that.
You know, the single mom that has 3 kids,
Right.
and is thinking about buying gifts. I won't be able to do this. We want her to come.
I would love to have the golden ticket idea be to those kind of people. Can you feel this? Like this is what it's about. Wow. Tell me about your connection.
So my friend Joe, this is his magazine.
Oh, okay.
If I write the story, I'll publish it.
You're connected.
The people that you're going to have there are going to be crying. They're not there for any other reason than the beauty of a story.
It's the heart of this whole thing.
Right.
And being able to see those that are unseen. I'm so excited to be in the show and be backstage and have those chances, like to be able to meet with some of these people. Wouldn't that be amazing, Chalice? Have them come backstage? Yeah. If we even do half of what I'm feeling with these ideas, it'll be something pretty special and it'll take care of itself. I don't need to worry about what it's going to be. Everything rolling? Good to go? I'll just speak from the standpoint of how I know everybody and what brings us together. And first of all, thank you so much for being here and just being available, even as guests. I'm really excited about this show. So let's start over here. Cricket. Met Cricket through Chalice. Maybe I should have started with Chalice, but Cricket's been through the crazy cameras in a public space and stuff like that. The cameras is because of an effort to put together a pitch for a docuseries for Angel Studios. If they don't pick it up, I'll just look at some other options. May even just do it myself and produce it and distribute it. But the aim is to follow the reconstruction of a dream. Because we all have, the idea is it's called, and I'll just give a nutshell, it's called the comeback dream. Because I think we're all familiar in the human experience of having an ambition for something and then falling and stumbling, crashing, burning, whatever you think of your ambition not being fulfilled. And then you find another way. And that dream becomes a new dream that looks different, but it's still a dream reborn. And so that's the essence of what this docuseries is meant to be, is like the redevelopment of a dream that looks different. So I've been in conversation with Angel Studios. Some of you have told this. The CXO of Angel Studios said they were interested in a pitch, and so I'll be doing that. I've got a bunch of footage and stuff that I'm going to be putting together. Right now I'm not focused on putting that together. That's why Oscar is a part of this tonight, and I appreciate Melissa for introducing Oscar and his son for being here. We haven't yet had that conversation, so some of this is new to his ears as I'm saying it out loud to you, but we'll be having a conversation about working possibly together to put that pitch together and have that for that. So back to Cricket. Met Cricket through Chalice, who said, hey, I know somebody that might have some connections with some singers that might be interested in auditioning for the show. Let me put you in contact with that. We had a simple meeting and talked about that. And then when I was looking at forming a team, I naturally asked Cricket. She's got fantastic character. I can say all this about her, but she's just very heart-giving, and I find that all of you are, which is beautiful. So like Cricket a lot and looking forward to getting to know her more. John Miller is a friend of mine that goes way back. I'm talking like the beginning of the singing group for us. He was in the original beginning. It was on our first album. And not the second one, right? Not the second one. I wasn't either. Yeah.
We were doing something else.
Yes, we were. John, I've always admired as a friend. He was one of the first people that I talked to about this experience back last year. I said, hey, would you be willing to kind of help me with this and like get things? And he's been doing parades and other things. I've been calling him, checking in on some things. He's followed up with me, how things going. Really appreciate him as a friend. Mike, I met him pretty close to the beginning as well when I was looking for theaters where we were going to have this project, since we were so familiar with doing our performances at CSI largely. Went to CSI first. They didn't have the availability, but I did talk to Mike and got to know him and the theater there. I had always known Mike and Dan and the crew that was previous to the new Mike. And so good to know him through Melissa, not knowing that they were connected, and I'll get back to you. Jared, of course, tied in with the Orpheum Theater. It's a pleasure to know him. He allowed, from the very start, the crazy idea of filming the conversation, everything. I hadn't met him before, said, hey, can I bring cameras and do all of this? And he was like, sure. And so met him at the Orpheum. We talked about things. He's been really gracious and great about working with me on making this fit. And I'm just excited to know him. Chalice is unique for several reasons. Jared knows Chalice. You guys know, well, a lot of you know each other. And so I filmed, doing social and getting engagement and trying to do that. As you know, some of that hits and some of it doesn't. Right now I'm obviously still trying to grow, but I posted a post about the Jive concert, and I said talent scouting, and I did that post, and I had a guy that, I think it was a guy, that Chalice's friend, that wrote in, hey, you ought to, Chalice, you ought to audition or something like that. He said something, and Chalice came in and she's like, oh, this is cool. Yeah, I'd like to know more about it. Her enthusiasm was just amazing. And I need that around me when you're kind of like pitching this idea into the void. It's like, I know it's going to be something. Nobody else knows it even exists. And you have your own enthusiasm. Everything that she would write was like emoji, exclamation point, just like real high, valuable energy that I really appreciated. And I told her, hey, we're going to be doing auditions, but it's all guys. The roles are all guys. And I thought, well, yeah, I wonder if she can sing really well. Maybe that's a possibility in case we need high parts and we don't have a tenor option. And so I was entertaining the idea. And then the parade was coming around. I thought, well, maybe she'd be on the parade and she could come and sing, and that'd be sort of an audition. Without her knowing.
In front of 100,000 people.
Yeah.
Maybe not quite that much.
She's like, great, heart emoji, yeah, exclamation point. She's just enthusiastic about singing, and I could just tell, and I was like, I wonder who this person is, because the enthusiasm could be something else that you wouldn't cast in that sort of scenario. Came to the door, had a Jesus t-shirt on, was just, vivacious, and my wife and I met her. I was like, great, let's see what the singing's like. Went back and we sang through the parts. I'm like, okay, it's done. Like if I wanna switch it to a girl role, that's where it's gonna go. And so I talked to her and her husband about that, because I wanted him to be a kind of a voice, because I knew there would be a type of demand there, and they've got two little girls, and I respect that, and the time and everything else. Anyway, so that's Chalice, and then she connected, and so after the parade and she performed there, had the conversation to have her in the show. So we'll have one female in there. Did I skip you, Jared? Did I talk? Yeah, I did. Okay. Sorry. I need to be faster.
Just so high energy.
It took the spotlight. It's so bright.
Totally fine.
So many of you know each other a little bit. Stephanie has been from the beginning, practically. We knew each other. She knew us when she was just young. Her mom worked for my dad in the office, and then when we started performing, she started seeing some of the shows. So she came to a lot of those shows and was a big supporter, and then turned into one that also was helping, helped us put up posters and did a parade before, and then we had this parade, and she organized like people to come. So I just saw her as a really incredible asset for some of the boots on the ground and the enthusiasm there. And so I'm just really excited to have her agree to being a part of this in this way. Unique place to be rather than being in the audience and being a part of it. I really love this. It's like graduation. So, and then Melissa, she saw me doing crazy chalk drawings in the park and just doing my thing, just getting out there. And then she talked to me afterwards about, you know, the arts, and said that she was the president of the Arts Council. And I thought, oh, okay, there might be, because you're always looking for opportunities and like what's the connections. And then when it came time to kind of start organizing, I just reached out and said, what do you think about being a guest and being a part of things? And she was like, well, I'll bring my husband. And I was like, fantastic, who is he? Then she said who he was, and I was like, this is lining up perfect for, you know, got a power team here of people. This show, I have talked to everybody, I think, about the show, so I can skip all of that. This is my children's book of the show, the bear that's a figure in the show. I do have audition cards here for you guys. You can just give those to people that might like to audition. It has a QR code that can scan it, go there for that. So what the show is, just in a nutshell, I'll show you the first animation scene. I've been really surprised at how AI has made some things possible that just simply were not before, without a lot of effort. I was gonna do all of this like traditional animation of my illustrations and everything that would have taken years and years. Now I can put my animation and using my artistry and graphic design and, you know, film editing and all this kind of stuff, I can mesh it all together and make things that actually look like an animated cartoon. And so I'll show you a little bit of that. The idea is the show starts out with a grandfather, granddaughter. It's the voice of my daughter when she was like 3-4 years old or something like that. Just this cute little voice. And he's telling her this story, and he brings out this story, and he talks about these singers, and they show up and they sing some music, and it goes back to the story, and he says, well, we need to start at the beginning, and then he goes into the story, this, and so it's kind of like a storybook, and it's going to be like, you'll have the projection mapping on stage, and you'll see the visuals all across the stage and everything, and then it's going to be story, live music. All of the story parts are very short on purpose to help the audience just get the taste and then go into the live music. And here's the opening scene. Just to give you a taste. Sound levels are a little strong in the end, but it's not fully there.
Hey, wait, hold up. Is that guy homeless? Who, that guy? No, that guy. Yeah. He's got a child with him. Get out. Talk about hard times on Christmas Eve. You guys feel like spreading a little Christmas cheer? I was up for that. Hey, Merry Christmas, buddy. What's your name?
Julian. You like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. There's a song about it. Have you ever heard it?
And then it'll go out on the spray all over the soft goods and everything, and the singers will sing. So you get the idea that it kind of transition all the way through as it goes, and use the soft goods as it does. And I'll let's see if I can show you this. You can see that. this will give you an idea of what the soft goods are going to look like. Okay, so this is just a sketch. You're familiar with this
Clearly
theater,
more
Mike?
people in the audience.
Yeah, right. So it's a sketch of the original, but it's going to have soft goods that come out, and it's going to have projection mapping for the sides, so it'll capture that, and then you'll have the animation that's going through. Now I need to do this to the Orpheum Theater, so it'll be wider. It's got to be able to get an audience view from the sides all the way back because the screen is at the back. But if I get the right kind of projection, I can also start to do things with the walls. I don't think I'll do that this year, but to have a totally immersive experience where it comes out from the stage, because I want Christmas Vision to feel like it's going out. And this kind of gives you an idea, but it's not going to look like that. But you get an idea of how it goes out. So that's what that's going to do. Turn off the TV. All right. So the show it's not, I told Jared, it's going to be a little bit like Disneyland, the concept of always updating. And with the idea of this show continuing forward and growing out of Twin Falls, my ambition is for it to be a touring show eventually, that you could go into areas and do things. And the only way to do that I can see is notoriety in some way. Because for me to come out of Twin Falls and say, hey, I got this great show and do you care? Gotta have the word get out. And so that's what the reality show is in part, or the rather docuseries is a part. That'll be just a taste. I've written the screenplay for the show, so it can be a movie. The stuff that you can do with AI now, I'm really curious what the future might hold. I might just put together a production company and actually do it with all the things that I've been seeing with AI that's pretty amazing. But I'm getting way off into the weeds there. Whether it's them, whether it's Angel Studios because of the relationship, whatever that is, it doesn't matter to me as long as that kind of, I can get there. Because if I can get there, then you have a continual calling card for the show and might grow it from there. Other than that, I have no idea what I'm doing.
Great place to start.
So that brings us here. We are at 6:52. Let me pull this open.
Your video wall, can we do the video wall and then soft good projection?
Yeah. The video wall comes down to its base components, HDMI connection.
Yeah.
It's just signal in, signal out. So, yeah, we can do that. I mean, just depending on the programs that we're looking at using. I mean, we're operating off a QLab that doesn't exactly have great video mapping.
No, it'll be QLab through Mad Mapper is the
There it
program.
is.
Yeah.
That'll work.
Yeah.
That should be able to take all signals, direct them out exactly where we need them. As long as we have the projectors pointing in the right direction, we should be okay.
Yeah. And the idea is these have to be high lumen projectors with large throw lenses, and that can be really expensive. You would know about technology more than I would, Mike, and so maybe not as much projectors as sound or other things. I don't know what your limitations might be, but that's what I'll be looking to.
Okay, cool.
I'm just thinking like the video part showing off of your LED screen, but still using the projectors on the software.
Oh yeah, that's the idea. That's the idea. The illustrations, the animation will take place on that screen, and then you might have some background visuals because it's going to be the animation plus visuals. The visuals will come out on all sides. Sometimes the animation might play in different ways, is what I'm imagining. This first year, maybe not. The first year is going to be a basic year. Even the animation is going to be, this first one might have been more involved than the other ones will. I need to give myself simplicity first, and then because I need to hit the deadline.
Yes.
Yeah. So the first one, I want to capture people. Jared and I talked about doing a free performance for the people at the Christmas lights parade, because we do the Christmas lights parade on Friday, and we talked about doing this potential give back to the community that's free to the community, brings people into the Orpheum that normally may not have ever attended a show or had any interest in going in. Maybe they had, maybe they couldn't afford it, whatever those things are. Giving a free show, having people come in. The Orpheum gets attention from whatever how we can tie into the parade. The question is getting a hold of them and being able to see if we can do a tie-in where they, with the advertisement, hey, come to the parade, come to the show afterwards. And if we could get some organization or something, and maybe you guys have some ideas here, about who would be a good sponsor that could do hot chocolate and take care of hot chocolate as a donation for people. So they come from the parade, they go into the Orpheum lobby.
Let me talk to Twin Beans or brand new neighbors,
Westwood.
because Westwood just opened.
Oh,
They
that'd be,
might be interested. I mean, they're a coffee joint.
that'd be
And
great.
that's where we were.
Oh, that's where we were? Yeah.
met.
Uh-huh.
And,
Westwood is right next to
and
the theater.
the owners
Jennifer's down there.
have a church.
Oh, fantastic.
They have Believers Church. And
Fantastic.
so I think they would be really excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm wishing I might send you to go get a pen for me to write some things down. Do I ever go to a meeting?
I've got a
without
pen right here. Let me.
A pen and paper, but it would be great if we could have.
You got a bus, it's all right. We'll send you notes from the meeting here. And yeah. Jared, thanks for coming.
Absolutely.
Appreciate you.
Sorry I can't hang around.
No, hey, we get your life.
Appreciate it.
You bet. All right, I can't vouch for any of these pens, but I'm going to give you a form. Oh, you've got. By the way, everybody, this is not my house. I might not have mentioned that.
Oh, you're so this is good, thank you. So Clay and Heather, he's the pastor at Bruce Church. They may also have the volunteers to serve that hot cocoa.
Would love that, yeah.
Another thing I was thinking of, and I don't want to jump in, but
No, please, that's what I'd love.
I'm not sure what your vision is for during the parade, but it might be nice to have banners along whatever that looks like that have QR codes to buy tickets.
What we're going to do,
Donate.
we've got something even possibly bigger in the sense that we're aiming to throw projection mapping on the front of the building so that it has the entire thing is going to be a billboard, and it will feel like the Christmas lights parade. I mean, just to add to the hall, and have some of the animation playing, like Julian come in and then put up the advertisement for the thing, and then say come to the Orpheum after the parade, or some of those things, and then advertise for the Orpheum's other shows that they're going to have Christmas time. Just overall reach out every which way and say let's all benefit together.
Even if it were just a QR code to say join us down the street, because a lot of people will go to that parade in particular, and because it's often cold, and they'll stay in their one spot and then want to immediately leave.
Okay, so let me follow you. So you talking about the night of the parade, or you talking?
The night of the parade,
Okay.
so that as it's going by, people can, it doesn't last very long as it's passing you by.
Mm-hmm.
What is this? I can just take out my camera, I can scan your QR code there, and maybe it just takes me to a landing page
Yeah.
that says,
I think you're so right.
join us
Yeah.
for hot cocoa at the Orpheum and
Yeah.
learn more about.
In 10 minutes.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Don't leave.
Just make your way there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that, so.
Yeah, I love that. So one of the other things that would tie into is giving flyers as we're doing the parade.
That's a good
So we'll be giving those out according to what we're doing. Everybody, this is my daughter who I love. Her name is Emery. Emery, this is everybody. Oh, she's the best. There are ribs if you'd like some. So I think they're in the fridge. Colin took care of those.
The
I
other
love
thing
that.
that I thought of when we were talking about lunch would be, I don't know which cartoon it is. I think it's the Polar Express has the golden ticket. And so if we had tickets made and had the parade, you know, when we hand them out at the parade, they could have the scan on them as well. But we're physically, tangibly handing something to everybody, and as those handing, there's warm hot chocolate, so come warm up. But they have something tangible. So maybe 1 in 5 will come, but it's, you know, it's a because you could do it pre parade and start publicizing it and say, you know, we'll have these tickets, and then they feel like, oh, not everybody's going to get a ticket, but then they get a ticket and then they bring the ticket, and you could have like, oh gosh, the hamburger joint on Kimberly Road. They did a shakeout. So they did a thing where it was a plumbing business first sponsored for Halloween, sponsored kids meals, and then I jumped on the bandwagon. So I sponsored 50 kids meals so the trick or treaters could go get food while they. And so you could do something like that to find businesses to sponsor the tickets that are being given out, and then it's collected.
Yeah.
Rather that money goes to buy food for the food pantries, or it helps pay the Orpheum, or it buys snacks at the Orpheum so that they make money off of that. There's ways that you can do that, and I think the community would really get behind it. And I'll say to you, like I did her, I'll be your first sponsor.
I love that. I love that idea. And also I'm more interested in packing these shows with people than I am the bottom line. I have to have a balance of what I'm putting out and budget and those kind of things, so to make sure that we at least break even. But I'm not looking at this being, oh, this is my big win here. I'm more interested in the amount of people seeing it, the amount of word that's spread. Currently, there's only the 2 days, which is Thursday and Friday, Thursday and Saturday, and we can do a matinee on Saturday. So there's 3 shows. I want to add shows, ideally. And so whether that's adding at the front, probably more like on a Monday. And one of the thoughts that I had, so here's a couple of marketing thoughts. I thought everybody that comes to the show in the Orpheum on that Friday, I would be all for doing a specific QR code for 50% off of theater tickets for the Saturday matinee show, for instance, because maybe a lot of those people aren't going to shows, because there's a lot of people that'll go to the free Christmas lights parade and those kind of things. They're not going to take their kids to like a $17 at the low price show, but I want them to. I want those people to be reached, and so that's a thought for that. There's many different ways of discounting and doing all these things, radio promotion, all of those things. But so one of the other thoughts is, since we're just talking marketing here for a minute, there's a magazine that I have it in my office area. There's a magazine that comes out that talks about the valley and stuff. It's a free magazine. Do you know what the name of it is?
Events and Adventures?
It might be.
Or what's his faces?
Magic Valley Magazine or something like that.
Your buddy?
Canyon Community Connector?
Yeah. Is that?
Does it normally have a picture of a beautiful family on the cover?
A lot of times.
Yes. Canyon Community Connector?
Okay. Yeah. If I can manage to get the November spot for that, there's a lot of story in this. Oh, do you have a connection? I just knew. Because there's a lot of story here. It's not just the show, it's where I came from. It's what we started in this community, my brothers and I, and have a lot of history here. Went to Nashville, chased the dream, didn't attain the dream that we were aiming for. There's a lot of story there, and I think it would take it would occupy a lot of that, but also give opportunity to say what's happening with this show, and that it's not just a one-time show. It's meant to be a tradition that grows. So Tell me about your connection. How you?
You know Joe, don't you? Do you know Joe? So my friend Joe, this is his magazine,
Oh, okay.
and I used to be a feature writer for him.
Oh, really? Okay.
And if I write the story, he'll publish it.
You're
So-
connected.
I wouldn't say that at all, but I will. I'll text him tonight after we're done
Oh,
and see
you're
if we
awesome.
can.
That'd be great.
And he'll probably want to put you and your family on the cover
Mm-hmm.
and have you be the cover family for.
Okay. Is his aim to have families on that cover each time?
Yes.
What does he think about doing? I'm not going to change his aims, but what does he think about doing the show family, like doing a shot of the group on the stage of the Orpheum, saying kind of an inviting of like there's a story here,
Do
that
you
type of
think
thing.
so? That will need to be. It'll need to go to the publisher. I think the middle of September.
Okay.
Do you think that you could be?
Yeah, because I can do the AI if I need to, meaning. Well, I've got shots, like I've got things that can be used if I don't have the picture of the actual performers. I've got a number of shots that give the essence of the idea. Not that I would be opposed to putting our family on there, but I think with the cover of a magazine, you have a real opportunity for people to say, oh, well, what's this story? What's happening here? And I've got a lot of imagery that I think might.
I think the story should be your family, Morgan.
I do too, though. I agree. And it.
That makes it more relatable.
This, yeah. It's just gonna be the picture on,
Right.
of family.
Sure.
Once you get into the story, then it's gonna talk about.
Yes.
Everything.
Especially because you're from here, a lot of people probably do remember you.
Okay, I don't know enough about the magazine to know that that's that's the right thing to do. So okay, I'll look at that.
And there are a lot of families in this area that are featured on the cover that not nobody, but very few people know until they get into the article, and then they're like, oh, I didn't know they owned this business, or
Okay.
I didn't know that they adopted all their children, or whatever the story is. And so I think people who receive that, and it is a targeted distribution, so only certain neighborhoods receive this magazine. Those readers are accustomed to diving in,
Okay.
and they consume it page by page.
Okay.
So I think having your family on the cover would be enough to entice people to say, what's he doing now?
Okay.
I'm so curious. What are they doing?
Okay. Yeah, at that point we'll just have the one son, I think, to be able to feature.
You
But
can
Maybe
take
we
a
can-
picture before they all leave.
there's
Or
only one
Photoshop
more.
it
Photoshop everybody. Yeah. Okay.
with the odd lighting.
AI might help you with that.
Okay. That's a good thought. Okay. Reader board information. All the reader boards that we have around town. There's like the First Federal, and I don't know that. What's the,
I can handle
She's
that
like
for you.
a pro at it.
CSI has a reader board too.
Yep, CSI.
Yeah.
I do distribution to all the reader boards.
Okay.
So
So-
I've got contact.
Geez, thank you,
And
Josh.
she's in her slower time.
Yes, I can have a lot of this primed and ready to go.
Okay. What I would need is just the sizing, so that I can provide the
The graphics.
ads, the graphics, and everything. Yeah. And the different venues. Thank you. Thank you. Boy, I invited you as a guest, and now you're like
I don't have a lot to
Key
offer,
feature.
so I'm glad I can do this.
I'd like to offer you a position. Well, let's talk about that real quick, because we don't officially have a board. This is meant to be a sort of a tease, and just to say, I'd like for you to be involved. You all have your different lives and busyness and these different things, but I do love to have good people to surround. And if you'd like to be part of the board this year, I can offer you
Cookies?
cookies,
Those are always good. Could've just
merchandise.
said that.
Ribs.
But I'm printing currently the novel for this. It's a Advent calendar reader, so you read the first chapter of December 1st and you go all the way to the 24th and read with families or whatever else. It's in an effort to bring people together. And so I'll have that. I'll have the new children's book. It's just a rebrand of the name. And so I'll offer that to the board members. And but by the next year, this is being the first year and the investment year and getting it started, then we'll start looking at a percentage of the take and those kind of things as board members to be a part of
I don't
things.
need that.
I don't want
Well,
Don't even worry about it.
I'm not here for that. I
Yeah.
just want to see it happen.
well, we'll talk about that. I appreciate it. Thank you for the heart. Yeah, thank you. So the offering is to be on the board for all of you. Love to have you. And what that means in my vision of it, and I've never been on a board before. I've been aware of boards in theater and other things. What that means is just once a month meeting, kind of like this, and talk about the here and now. Chalice agreed to be secretary and taking the notes and assignments and those kind of things, being able to relay that to everybody. In the event that you would like to be a part of things in the board, you don't have to say here. You could just send me a text later and let me know individually. And what that would be is just simple what you can do. And say, yeah, I'll take that. I'll go and do that. It helps me to spread into this many people, this many more people. And I really do appreciate it, especially when I'm putting together all the animation and the visuals and advertisements. And I'm gonna be way spread thin, especially when rehearsals start. So the offering is there to all of you. So just let me know if you'd like to be a part. And then what that means is just 4 meetings from now until Christmas, and I'll just work with your schedule on that.
I'd have to check with my spouse.
Yeah, and then you can get busy as well, Cricket. So I understand. And Mike, you're doing nights at the CSI at times, and so I understand everybody's varied schedules. So like I said, it's just an offering. It's not you saying you need to be a part of it. So just let me know individually after this, and we can work out the details.
I'm in.
I'm in if they're evening meetings in November and December because it's crazy. So if
Yeah.
And then apologies if I can't be at one.
Sure.
Take good notes if I can't, but I can. It's just really difficult.
Yeah, I understand
And then my only ask would be that the board all signs the book that you're going to give us so that we have a memorial.
That's a great idea.
That's
That's a great idea.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm also going to do. My aim is to have autograph photos of the cast when I get that established, and then we'll be signing those after the show. We'll be signing books and all that other stuff. Have a greeting. But yes, if that's the condition,
That's the
it's
condition.
done. And then tickets to the show. So I would offer that to Jared. He's going to sneak in anyway.
He's the only one not allowed.
That's
That would go over real well.
No, the barbecue sauce is gone. Sorry, man. There might be some on the other ribs. Just rub them all together.
Shake the bowl.
Okay, we're at 7:13. I said we'd be aiming to close at 7:25. Let me just see if I can get through a lot of this. This year, so when we did it as brothers, we had the Toys of Christmas. So one of the things that happens is Julian goes on this journey with these 5 singers. They teach him what the meaning of Christmas is through a very simple narrative, and he's at first like every kid, it's about toys, and then it's about, giving, and then it's about on and on. And so they go to the toy store and they sing to him the Dance of the Sugar Plum Fairy, and the toys come alive. And we used to do it where we had a black light number and we'd sing it and you'd have this giant Jack in the Box. You got to see it. Yeah. We had this giant Jack in the Box that you pull the lever and it goes open. I'm talking like it was tall enough that you could walk with it. And I pull the lever and it'd snap open and blow out confetti when it went off and raise the head, all of that kind of stuff. We had a 9-foot tall robot that my brother, not to show you,
It was fantastic.
that my brother built, well, with the help of all of us, we were working on. And we had just several things, but we won't have that this year. I don't think that I can manage to get that done, but I do have a guy that I think, he doesn't know yet, but I think I could ask.
And if you know him, don't say it.
But he worked on the Beatles in the Dark Crystal falling apart, and he's a wizard of the stage. So John knows him.
Yes, I do.
So
He's
we'll
also
see.
a great director.
Yeah, yeah. Stage designs and everything. He's just amazing. So he doesn't know yet that I'm going to be asking about that, but that might be for next year.
John, is he a local person?
Yes.
Franklin Building Supply might donate
Materials, that's a good point.
Really great about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes. I'm guessing it would need to be made out of wood.
Probably some of it would be, for sure.
We talking about the Jack in the Box? Probably not wood. As
Because you need to be able to move
Move
it.
it.
it needs to be also compacted and really light. And so
Tent poles and fabric.
it could be.
We have a styrofoam.
Just the framework, we had like metal poles. I wonder if we can get something even lighter that's structurally sound, but that can compact really well. So those are the aims. But as far as materials, if we have a guy that knows what he needs to do all of the demands of it, and we have somebody that might be able to
We have
donate.
a lot of resources.
Really?
Yes.
Holy cow, Melissa! Thank you for being.
Well, Cricket knows too. It's not
Here's-
just me.
Whoa!
There you go, Cricket.
I can't lose that. Okay, so this is the robot that was on stage,
Yeah, it takes me
and it's
back.
about that. Yeah,
Wow.
it's about that size.
Oh my gosh.
So that was fun, and then we brought him out into the lobby to meet people,
Yep.
and so that's a lot of
What
fun.
the heck? That's
Um,
awesome.
And then we had a giant blow-up bear that it just blows up and somebody's in it and they're going. It's black light, so everything's black light and glows when it happens. But it's like 3-4 songs in, so it's really fun for the kids and gets like it's just vital. So I can't wait to get to that point. I just don't think that we're going to do that this year.
Well, you won't if you don't manifest it.
Right. That's true. Are you looking?
I'm gonna stop saying
for
things that I can't. I like that you. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. I'm coming out of. I'll just confess. I got injured from chasing the dream, and dragging my family, and I'm glad that they're with me. My wife is working now to even support this, and is the most amazing person you'll ever meet, I think. And so manifesting and words that we say and all of those things, I absolutely can testify of the power of faith in those ways. So I'm getting back to not being as timid. So thank you for that
Are
reminder.
you looking for financial donations?
Yes, sponsors, donors, that type of thing. And the question is how to arrange it and what to offer in that scenario. I've got a friend who's already ready and willing, said just let me know when you're ready for sponsors, donors. And so the offerings, tell me some of your thoughts on that.
I know a couple of people that would probably be interested in donating, but would not necessarily want any recognition
Okay.
and would not necessarily want anything in exchange.
Those kind of people
Just-
are amazing. Not
Just-
because it benefits, but because I want to be that.
But same,
Yeah.
yes. So if I could reach out to a few people and see what they're
Amazing.
thinking and maybe set up a meeting with you
Yeah.
if they would like. Or,
I'd love that. I'd love that. Love that, Melissa. Thank you.
It's such a good community for that stuff.
Yeah.
People in our little community give so much.
Yeah, they really do. With the right in the right circles. I mean, all of you are those kind of people, which is why I'm thrilled to be in your midst. Is because I'll be honest here. I have conversion that needs to happen in me too towards the needy and the homeless in a way that is consistent, rather than that balance of judgment or those other things. I don't want that in my heart and in my life. I want to see the needy in a way that helps me to tell it and share it in the same way. Because I don't want to just preach on a stage and say this is what this is. And I've told some of you this. I'm familiar with the vanity project. I want this to be a humanity project, and in order to do that, my heart has to be 100% in that. And the reason why I say I'm working on my conversion is because I don't feel like I'm 100% yet. I feel like I'm at 70%. There's self-judgment here, but I want to be where I don't even think, and it's just
You want to
heart.
manifest this.
Yeah.
Is what you're thinking.
Yeah, and I just want to honestly love people and the needy, and not think, well, if they blah blah blah. So that's what I'm after, and I want to have that experience with the people that I surround myself with, particularly those that are going to be on the stage with me. We're going to be just looking for opportunities not to just be the performer and be the showcase, but to be the vessel of what God has done, and turning people's hearts by us just using our talents for that and giving glory there. Not everybody's going to be in that kind of alignment. I know that we are. It depends on who we get, but I think that they will be as we do that. So let's go to that real quick. We're at 7:21 right now. Auditions. Sorry, did I skip off of anything that you were?
You're good.
Okay. Auditions right now, it might just be personal, like getting people to come. And part of that is just saying when auditions are. And so the auditions are going to be the first weekend of September on that. So that is,
5th, 6th, and 7th?
yeah. Is the 7th Sunday?
Yes.
So 5th and 6th. Is what the aim would be. Friday and Saturday. And that'll just be an evening. It'll be right here. We got a piano if we need it. I haven't designed yet what those auditions will entail, other than them bringing something that would show their voice. And then for the rest of it is just testing harmony and the ability to hear and being able to mesh.
Can I throw something in?
Please.
I think we're on the same page. So, because it's going to be strangers, even though it's got a God feel, and so the thought would be that it's nice people coming into your home. I would discourage it from being here, and I would find, see, she's on the same page, and I would find a place that has a piano and have them go to a public place. This is your private home, and you are a celeb in town. Brother, because remember, I looked and said you looked awfully familiar.
Yeah.
But I would really discourage from having it here. I believe you still have a piano over there, don't you?
We do.
So
You might be able to get a practice room at CSI and do it there.
yeah, I
Something
think
like
that
on stage.
having it at a public
Okay.
for that reason, but also then it feels big, right? It feels bigger. This is a bigger production. We're not just going to someone's house.
Yeah.
And so
Thank you. So what are your suggestions?
my
Do you have-
suggestion is to talk to Melissa and see if she can open her auditorium. There's a piano there. Or talk to Mike and see if CSI has an auditorium you can hold auditions at.
Okay. Fantastic. What's the circumstances in
I
those scenarios?
I purposefully did not bring my phone with me, so I don't know the availability of the auditorium right now. But I'm just wondering, I believe that is Memorial Weekend.
It's early
Labor
this
Day.
year.
Labor Day
Labor Day
weekend.
weekend.
Oh,
And
okay.
just wondering,
It's
isn't it?
after.
No.
It's after.
Is it
It's
after?
early this year. It's
Yeah,
the
it's early
Oh,
this year.
Gotcha.
Labor Day's on the 1st, actually.
Oh, perfect.
So it's the
Okay.
weekend after.
Perfect.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Can you
Thanks
look
for
at
having a
that?
mind on that.
Do you have my calendar in
Mhm.
your calendar?
All calendars.
And if not, Welsh music. I mean,
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
places that have pianos that are a more public forum
Okay.
that you're not bringing strangers. I'm creepy with people coming to my house.
No,
my
I
shows
appreciate
are all private.
Yeah.
Not anybody can come, and I
Yeah.
have a lot of shows at the house, but I purposely do it private, invite only, because I don't want everybody at my house.
Yeah.
Yes.
This isn't like broadcast to the general public on the radio or anything like that.
No, but if we all
But-
have cards and that has
And
that,
that
and,
goes
you
to
don't
somebody
know
else and-
exactly, so
Okay.
September 5th at 6, you're open.
Perfect.
Okay.
Not
As of now, the QR code doesn't have any specifics or details. The main thing
I
that it
can
has
check
is
with-
a form.
Like room 119,
That'd
recital
be a
hall.
really good place
too.
to do it. Yeah, room one
At CSI.
Okay. Fantastic. Yeah.
Because it's not too big, but it's big enough.
Okay.
That would be good.
I'm logging onto that calendar right now. See if it's available.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We may have two options, and I think I agree with Cricket.
I agree with cricket too.
I just want to protect your bubble,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay. Well, I didn't, in my mind, knowing that it's kind of still been crickets. No, not you.
I hear it all the time.
I'm sorry, I even went there.
All the time.
Oh,
Go there.
What a shame.
I am one name you'll never have out of your vocab at this point.
I love your name. I was thinking, well, I might be lucky to have 5 people audition, and that may be the case, and that's okay. If it's individual, like me going and meeting with somebody, that's fine. But if we establish a date and we establish a place, then I can put it online, and then we can just say, okay, the date's here. You can give the cards or whatever else. My initial thought was with the form online, they fill out the form, give me their information, so I can contact them and say, okay, the date is here. But
I think if you can tell them when and where up front, you'll get more responses.
I think so, because people haven't really been filling out a form
Yeah.
that I've known for whatever their reasons
Yeah,
are, and that's
yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So, okay.
so the choral instructor at CSI, would you want her to be doing any recruiting
Sure.
for you? Will you take some of those to Serena, Mike?
I love Serena Clark, right?
Yes.
Yes. The best of the best.
Another thing about this show is that I aim to have it to where it has as little interruption as possible, meaning that we can basically hit a button and it does all the video, it does all the projection mapping, it goes from song to song. Some of the songs are going to feel a cappella though. When I say feel, we're going to need to design it in a way and probably have inner ears, or just have a stop at that point and start it again, and I'm willing for either one. That's partly coming together and being designed right now, but ideally you hit a button, it goes through the show. If there are any hiccups, you know where to hit it again to put it in place, so that it's all pretty seamless, and we know our marks, we know when we're going on, the video comes on, it goes in and out, and
And I think that's, he said he had QLab. So
Yeah,
that'd
that's
be
all
all
possible.
integrated.
yeah.
Oscar,
Yeah.
or the man.
Well,
Jared.
Jared.
Oh, Jared. Oh,
Oh,
it's
Jared.
like Oscar's doing that too, man. He
we
just
do
got
have it at CSI.
looped into this today. And
I just took this.
Jared,
Yeah.
yes. and I will leave.
I'm out before I get volunteered for any of
Okay, so let me just finish up here. We're at 7:29. I've got a couple more things. If you're needing to go, you can. I understand. I'm just gonna round off of 3 more items. So we've got sponsors, donors, and you've got a couple of those contacts that you already thought of. Any ideas from everybody about sponsors and donors and what to offer in those scenarios, that it's not like these rare circumstances where they're just supporting a community and a story that has this. Any familiarity with that? When we were in Jump Company, we would do sponsored donors. You hit a certain level, you get a certain amount of tickets. That's what that was. For me, I've got more to offer because I've got the books. I can't just give away, merchandise, but for sponsored donors, that's a possibility, and their name on the digital program. If we do a digital program, there is going to be like a movie kind of things that are happening 30 minutes all the way up until showtime. Maybe introducing of the cast, stuff about the merchandise, maybe stuff about the story, just some different things. So any thoughts? Sponsors, donors, incentives we give them?
I think you have enough people that will, based on where this is going and the idea of this, I think you have enough people in the community that don't need the extra hoopla. You certainly don't want to give away tickets, because then you're defeating your purpose to get people who wouldn't normally go, and you've got the donor sitting in there who would probably go to every single one of them, so that's out. So I think you're probably going to have more people who just want to do it because of the goodness and the kindness than trying to get their name out there. And then there's other people out there who are going to donate who don't even want to be known. It's just like, here's some money, I'll work it out on my taxes and we're done.
Yeah.
They don't want that There's 2 types of people. There's probably more than that, but there's 2 types of people. People who do things for notoriety and people who do things out of the kindness of their heart.
Yeah.
You're already broadcasting kindness of your heart, so that's who you're going to pull in. That's who you've got sitting at this table, and that's who she's going to go to. She's going to go to. That's the community that you're going to pull in.
Yeah.
You're not going to pull in people who are looking to broadcast their name, and so I don't know that you need to give anything. I think if you just go and
I
say
think they
this
would
is
rather you lower your ticket price and make it affordable for anybody to go.
Right.
They would rather see that than to see their
Yeah.
logos
Like
on
me,
the
I would buy X amount of tickets and say, here, give them away. I'll buy my own, but like I did with the Happy Meals or whatever that was. I didn't even go eat there, but I made sure that 50 trick-or-treaters got a free meal.
Or
And
a lot
so,
of times they'll be like, here, we'll give you a cup with Idaho Central's name on it for the hot cocoa that you serve that evening. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I had to find sponsors for my little event this last Friday, nobody asked for anything. Nobody asked me to advertise for them or to give them anything. They were just like, sweet, sounds like a good cause. Here's the money. Have at it.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I wouldn't expect that.
My approach is customizable. So, I'd like to talk to you about donating $5,000 to this, and okay, that's so great, so thankful for your donation. What is it that we could do to show you our gratitude?
I love that. Yeah.
We don't need anything. Or could I have 10 tickets for my team? Or could we be mentioned in your program?
Yeah.
And see what is meaningful to them, rather than trying to pre-anticipate what that is.
Yeah.
For something like this, that here's the menu of your sponsorship levels could almost be offensive,
Yeah, I agree.
because I just want to make sure this happens. I don't need my name on the back of a t-shirt.
Right.
I love this kind of energy of the type of people, because this is the type of spirit that I want and I feel from all of you, and because that's the essence of this. The essence of it is getting to the end of the show and I've talked to many of you individually, that it's not about, oh, I had this great experience, I'm going to go and buy the merchandise and get a signature, and I want it to be, I've used the word converting because that's what I'm working on myself, is not vanity but humanity, and how to really honestly, instead of any kind of performance, it's like, here's the honest thing. And by the end of the performance, if everything is honest in that way and the feelings are that way, then we have an opportunity to convert hearts to the real meaning of giving. Not just a cute story, but then come to the end of it and say, okay, this is what it looks like in the real life. This is what the real people look like. This is what it's like to give, because I've saved some things on social and I'll be sharing some of those things in a way that the items that I've seen have just made me cry, because a person is helped out of a slump in a way that then changes their life, and it makes you see, oh, I see somebody beyond what I'm seeing on the corner or everything else, and that is Christmas vision. That's what it's about.
It's that whole pay it forward.
Yeah.
You know, and I think so many people have that in them. Some it needs to be stretched in and pulled out, and some it just comes naturally.
Yeah.
But again, there's people who do things for notoriety, and there's people who do things because they're kind. I can tell you why I pay it forward, and it would break your heart. And I taught my kids to pay it forward, and that's why we do what we do, because we've lived it. And so I think there's a lot of people like that are willing to give, whatever give looks like. It doesn't matter if they stand there and take tickets or, you know, I feel like you're going to have a lot of people supporting you, even on the very first year. And I mean, just because it is goodness, and kindness matters, and we need more kindness these days.
And people can feel that on a base level, subconscious, whatever it is, spiritual.
And it's Christmas.
Yeah.
And so that always brings people
Yeah.
to some sentimental spaces that they don't know that they live in.
Very true.
So,
Is there a reason that you're thinking digital programs and not?
I may not even do programs. I don't know yet.
Okay.
But the reason why I would do that is to make sure that people knew the cast,
Right.
that they can kind of get a sense of that. Because there's story there sometimes, and I want to do that for the cast. I want to do that for those that are involved. At the same time, it's not so bad to have it be a gift and just to practice the whole thing, that it's not about us on stage. But I also don't want to discourage God-given talent and beauty of expression that people are drawn to, but just in a serving sort of way. Anyway, I'm getting off in the weeds with that.
Where are you going with this? What's your question? What's the reason for your question?
I miss performances with programs.
With paper programs?
I'm tangible. I want to hold it,
Yes,
feel it, touch it.
You can put it in your scrapbook,
I
right?
can put it in my
We'll save
scrapbook.
that stuff.
I can look at those performers later,
Yeah.
even if it's something like a brief description and a QR code to a greater description. I value that. I understand why we are getting away from that. I get it, but I like that tangible piece, and I can probably get the programs donated through Five Fish Press.
Seen a lot of head nods.
So the
I
other thing
agree.
too is if you had, say, McDonald's as a sponsor, they could put a coupon in there for a free ice cream cone and or a free cheeseburger or
There's nothing like a
Happy
program.
Meal.
Right.
You know, something like that. So you can have something tangible in it as well,
Yeah.
because there will hopefully be some underprivileged people there, which I
Yeah.
think is your draw, and if you can help them in that way too.
Yes.
To say, hey, your family may not eat today, but here's a Happy Meal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that. And back to Mike's point about the ticket price, I like the idea of highly reducing the ticket price for specific reasons. Meaning that there is a high price and somebody's like, well, I can't afford that. But then you're giving them these big discounts, like at the parade or other things, that brings it to a discount for the, I don't want to say common people, but in the minds of others, the people that, anyway,
No,
without the
yeah.
description.
I get it.
And
Everybody, evening it out
right,
is what
and
I'm
if
trying to
that's
say.
a radio promo of
Mhm.
today's ticket discount code is whatever it is, then people on the radio who may not have decided they would do it. Oh, I can
Well,
use
and
that
you're-
code. I
and-
could buy those now,
We're talking Christmas time, so, the single mom that has 3 kids
right?
and is thinking about buying gifts
Absolutely.
Or food.
or
Right.
food,
Yeah.
but
I'm not-
also wants to do something fun for their kids.
Fun and festive.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
But certainly
This is
you're
out of
yes.
my realm. This is,
Yeah.
I won't be able to do this,
Yeah.
and we want her to come.
Yeah.
We do. Badly. Because they're the ones that need to be seen.
I just thought of something, and if you hate it, just say so. But what if before all of this, there was an opportunity to set up at Center Court in the mall and sing a couple of songs and hand out some discount
Yeah.
coupons then?
Yeah. Yeah. I love all of that. Because with the Lotus, the digital tickets, I never had this as a group. We always did hard copy tickets, all this kind of stuff. People at the
I
door.
miss those.
Yeah, yeah. I am going to do I'm likely going to do a free ticket in the deluxe set of the book. That's going to be a hard copy that you could keep with that and stickers. Anyway, sorry guys, I'll get so far off like a squirrel.
Where's your son?
So you're talking about the performance in the mall. I was also thinking that the fireworks and the Toys for Tots for Thanksgiving. I'd love to tie in with them in a way because essentially, do you know somebody?
I know somebody who's in charge of all their sound.
I feel like it's this guy.
And it's going to be at the fairgrounds this year.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Good.
Oh, at the fairgrounds.
good to know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I thought if we were at the entrance while people are coming and
Nighttime in the Christmas.
Oh, the Christmas and gotcha.
yeah, I was thinking because Toys for Tots, and I know that they don't just need Toys for Tots; they also need the teenagers. But that's a side point. We can do a performance at the entrance of that. The whole idea is to connect Toys for Tots and the food bank with the donations for the show. Because the real effort, and this is the last item, the real effort is to get the mindset to kind of, it may be a hard thing, but to think bringing food to the show for discounts on merchandise. So non-perishable food items, all that kind of thing. And that may not be easy to inspire a regular audience goers to, oh yeah, I gotta get food to bring. So it may need to be planted a little bit, family and friends, and yet we might have a sponsor that helps to provide for some of that so that we actually are just paying for food donations. And because what I'd like for it to feel like is, oh, I wish I had brought something. That's part of the conversion I'm talking about, where it's like, oh, it's not just about me being here at the show and getting entertainment. It's like, I should have been a part of that. I want to do that the next time. I want to make the effort. Any thoughts on that?
Yes. So going back to what Mike was just saying, if we're going to have underprivileged people there, they're probably not going to buy merch because they're going to be wishing that they could go to the show and dinner and Christmas and how do they make, so the merch is going to be bottom of the list. But if they brought a canned food item or non-perishable item and got a coupon for a free ice cream cone, going back to ice cream, or, something like that, then they're more apt to find something in their pantry and bring, like our church does a thing where they'll have bags and you just take the bag home, you fill it up, and you bring it back to church, and you've got this bright green bag that goes to the food banks, and so I mean I don't know if somehow we could do bags, and I don't know what that disbursement would look like, but somehow like not tying it to merch, not giving them a discount on merch, because that's not a sell for somebody who's robbing Peter to pay Paul.
Yeah.
But if they knew they could get something out of it.
That makes me think of a thought that's a little bit to the left. So let me let you finish first because it's along those lines.
Yeah, I just think that I think for the people who can't afford to come, I think that we're better off to find a sponsor that says, I, out of the graciousness of my heart, want to buy 30 tickets. And we find an organization that is in the know with people who are going to benefit from that. And we say, we have 30 tickets. We're going to give you 5. We're going to give you 10. And you let them disperse them. Then those people don't feel the need to bring a canned food unless they truly want to. But that might be taking meals out of their own pantry for their families.
Yeah.
But then they don't have to buy a ticket. They have been sponsored a ticket, and because anybody at this table is probably not running with these people to know who they are and where that need is most needed to be met.
Yeah.
But people in our community do, the food bank people, churches, things like that. They know who these community people are that I believe is who you're trying to reach.
Yeah. What I love about the heart of this, go ahead, Melissa.
No, you go. I won't lose it.
What I love about the heart of this is, and it made me think of, funny enough, Taylor Swift, but because her mom would go into the audience and find people to take backstage.
Take that.
I would love to have the golden ticket idea be to those kind of people in some way, and have the plants, you, Stephanie, whoever, to find them before the show starts or after the show starts, whatever, because I'm okay. I never like the idea of going and greeting the audience directly after, so they have to wade through you to get to the exit and congratulate you. I like to come out for those that are waiting for, so that's no criticism. Sorry.
You're good. Keep
Anyway,
going. You're doing fine.
I don't know if I'm doing good. My brain works like this, but that warms my heart to think of, like, how can we actually affect those people? How can we give the golden ticket to Charlie, and the family? How can we reach those people that would normally not be there and just give them our love in a very personal way? Bring them backstage, have us talk to them, 15 minutes before, give them a backstage pass that they didn't have to pay for, that's laminated.
You could have them there a half hour early and have come out and sing one song. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have, I mean, it's a treat, right? I mean, that is something that they're not going to get unless they can somehow bring themselves out of where they're at, which a lot of them can.
Yeah.
But that is something that they will remember forever.
Yeah.
I mean, the artists are now doing it. You can buy extra and you can go to a concert ahead of time and they'll sing a few songs and I mean, I do that. I buy those tickets because I'm like, heck yes. And so, and those are moments I will remember forever. But what you're doing is you're planting that seed, because what if that child loved that so much that now they're looking at music and arts and they're going, so.
Yeah, can you feel this?
This
is what it's about. Wow. What would it be like? Because I was thinking of like you have the different levels.
Don't even look at me.
I was thinking of, you have the box seats in the Orpheum Theater that are for the high dollar tickets, like $100, whatever, and they get their package and different things. And I was thinking, well, we could give backstage passes to those scenarios. Those are the echelon, the high price. However, I like that too, even if they're a sponsor or donor, and you have them be there at the same time with the people that also need to be seen. So I don't know what you think about that. Is that meshing too much?
I think you could offer it to the sponsors to say, this is what we're doing. You could call it the Golden Ticket Show. There's lots of things you could call it. But I think you're fine with that. I don't know. I mean, I feel, sometimes I find that I'm most humble.
Can't do it, man. I was like, I just got cleared out.
Oh, I love it.
sometimes I feel that I am most humble when I need to be because it's staring me in the face. And so if we put these people who are putting their pants on just like us, right? They've just fallen on harder times or been dealt cards we maybe have been dealt or haven't been dealt in with the crust of people, right? We're just all normal.
Yeah.
They just get to come to a show a little earlier and then go find your seat in F10 and Z8 or wherever. Because we don't know who we're sitting next to. And maybe this young man would have something great to share with us or to hype up. Maybe this little child can say, do you know what I just got to do? And because, again, the people that you're going to have there are going to be crying and they're going to have that heart. They're not there for any other reason than the beauty of a story, right? And so we're getting an opportunity to show different things to people that may not be able to see them.
That's the heart of everything. That's the heart of this whole thing.
Right.
And being able to see those that are unseen. Wow.
So now there may be some kickback or give back to some of the donors. So I would approach Colin or Greg as saying you can select families from Boys and Girls Club to attend. So for your X dollars, it buys these tickets for these families that are of a certain need, and they get to attend. So if that were something that worked for you.
I'm so excited to be in the show and be backstage and like, to be able to meet with some of these people. Wouldn't that be amazing, Chalice? Have them come backstage. I mean, yeah, but that's the spirit of it. I mean, I feel no vanity whatsoever, and that's the grace of this whole. That's beautiful. Yeah. Can I put you into have you just be a brainworm on that? I don't know how to say it.
This is a scary place to be.
I just felt the fear from that. Yeah, I just went to that.
I mean, I don't know
place.
how long I talked to Chalice in the very beginning. I sat in the Lowe's parking lot for probably 2 hours on the phone with her. Well, if you did this and if that, and what do you think about this? And blah, 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 blah. And so, yeah. So my brain just works really weird.
You've already heard my brain. I think we're in safe company here. But if you can just think on this, because your heart is absolutely where we want it to be, and you have a heart towards that, and there may be some ideas outside of this conversation that you start to come up with and design that, and then just, I mean, you've got your time too with everything else that you're doing, but you may have a very simple idea, like the things that you've said, just collect them and just kind of like, what's the path? What's the way to do that? If you can take that on as an aim, then that saves me from having to design it. And that takes that, and your heart on that, oh my gosh. I love that. I said last thing. I want this to be, so this is the last thing. What time are we
say
at?
anything.
Don't worry about time.
Just keep talking.
No,
Well,
you gave us the okay to get up and get out.
I did give you that. See, there you go. It's your fault. It's your fault. Yeah. So I want to reach as many faiths in the area as we can, all the different Christianity. I love the idea of being one. And if we can do that in just a small part with all of the different Christian faiths that we have, I think that that's a good thing. I think of The Chosen, which is one of my favorites, and Dallas wrestling with this idea of all Christianity coming in all different forms, and it's just people. But the sense that he's reminded him of a comic strip he said of this guy that was like, Lord, save me from your people. Because they're just all like, and that's another level that I would love to see, is to be one in humanity and to be one in faith as well. And that's a hard thing, but not so hard either. I'd love to perform in a couple of churches. I'd love to, I say perform, I'd love to sing, you know, Oh Holy Night with the cast. You know, we're going to be Ave Maria, anything that would be appropriate for the church. We're going to be, so our show is the first week of December, which means we don't have a lot of window of Christmas singing for people to enjoy, depending on enthusiasts. My daughter and I start real early. But, you know, we have a couple of weeks there, but I'd love to go and attend a couple of churches with the cast and sing a couple of songs. I don't know how that resonates. I don't know if you have some better ideas, you know, because to me that's just advertisement in a church.
Well, and I even had the thought of, what about like the Valley House that has kids there that are in situations that are, I mean, you already know, right? Trying to get parents back on their feet. That's what the Valley House is all about. And to go caroling somewhere like that, I mean, that would be huge for those kids.
I think you're better to carol in the mall, in public places, in Second Avenue, or the food court.
Right.
Yeah, that would be
You know,
fun.
places like that where, because I'm like thinking of the church I go to, and I'm like, where does that even fit in? You know, especially now because they've got all their Christmas stuff, you know, and then blah, 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 blah. So I don't know, you know, and then you might you're not going to face maybe as much resistance of coming to a church. And
Right.
I think, because it's a great idea, but I just don't know. I mean, if I'm sitting there listening to Christmas carols that we sang 2 weeks ago in church ourselves, I'm not going to feel that message, but I'm going to feel that if I'm hearing, because Christmas carols has gone by the wayside. I mean, retirement homes and, you know, mall, you know, I think you're better suited there to spread not only the message, but to capture what is this? you know, you can stand around the tree that everybody's pulling the names from that they're getting ready to go buy for and sing there.
The angel trees.
Yeah.
I like that. See the line that I walk? It's like vanity and humanity. It's like, oh, advertise, and then.
But it is a fine line.
It is a fine line.
It's a very fine line.
Yeah.
But again, a lot of and I keep calling them underprivileged. That's really not what they are. They're wayward souls. So a lot of those,
I call them the unseen in the show. That's the that's the idea.
But a lot of them are not necessarily sitting in church.
Right.
So the people sitting in church are already hearing the message.
Yeah.
You want people who aren't hearing the message to hear the message.
Yeah.
And where are those people?
In the Valley House or Voices Against Violence or
Yes.
some of those kinds of places.
Yeah.
The Optimist
I love it.
House.
Yeah, Optimist House,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Youth House.
Sage. I mean, just,
I feel so strongly, like, and again, Cricket, I love your heart on this because it just, and Melissa, you had shared also your same insights in those ways. I love being surrounded by you all, but I think everything will be taken care of if the true spirit of this is given. If we're singing to the underprivileged and the unseen, if we're going out with honest heart, the advertisement will kind of take care of itself. Yes, there's things that you do. You put yourself in this ad and you go to the radio and you do these kind of things. But to chase that is what I'm familiar with. And that's why I want to be surrounded by
I
you.
think you'll find radio will do it. The radio did my event for free. They didn't charge me anything. They came to me and said, can we do this? And I said, yeah, can you put my sponsors out there? And they said, yeah. So my sponsors all got free airtime. I didn't pay a penny. So I think you'll find that's the beauty of this community is that there's such goodness here.
Yeah.
And so I really think that you'll find that if you just strive to get that message out, you'll have people. So I think what you first need to do is figure out what your budget is. How much do I need? And that could be this number or this could be this number, but that's where you need to start is just so that we know or whoever knows.
It sets a goal.
Yeah.
It sets a goal
What
for
do we need?
Yeah.
What number are we really looking at?
I need to put that as a solid number. I've had a general because I've had, for me, the printing of the books and the costs of going on the parade, and there's any number of items. So I need to sit down and do that. It's past time. So, yeah. Okay, anything that you all have that I haven't brought up that you feel like you want to bring up? Questions or anything?
I just have some questions about, it was brought up early on about selling items, like snack items for Jared, but I think it's a Jared question. If those items were donated, what would be your cut for the sale of that?
If I understand your question, all sales go to the Orpheum for the snack items. Is that answering your question?
Yes,
Okay.
but
If the food's donated.
if Dot Foods, for example, donated all the concessions and Pepsi donated all of
The beverages.
yes.
Man, you think so much higher than I do. Wow.
It's just
And we're just talking like that Friday show, right?
no, for
Or for all
the
of them.
shows.
Okay.
So the Orpheum, I don't know the agreement, but I'm just surmising that maybe the Orpheum is getting paid for use of the theater.
Mhm.
But what would it look like, and concessions, but what if all the food was donated, would sales be split 50-50? I'd suggest
Sales
that.
of the
Concessions.
for
So
the
if the
Orpheum
Orpheum's
and
not
the-
out any money,
Yeah.
but they get to keep 50% of the sales, which may or may not be a big number either, right?
Correct.
So, but that would be something to piggyback on what she's saying. Obviously, the Orpheum has to make money, right? They have lights to turn on and everything else. But what if a sponsor sponsored the nights?
Yep.
And then
for
the-
their salary or their wages for that night.
Correct.
Yeah.
Holy
So,
cow, you guys think so much bigger than I do.
So then you're not paying the Orpheum. They can give a discount, maybe, I would presume. And then there's a sponsor each night, so that doesn't come out of your budget. It comes out of a sponsor budget. So I would say to him, what does it look like for one night? How much does that look like? And then have a sponsor that night.
I love all of it.
That makes more sense.
I love all of it.
Getting back to the original idea of having people bring food so that they could receive a discount. If it feels like that's not the best idea, if we're also wanting to include certain demographics, low income individuals, does that change the food gathering? So barrels of food were being collected, or does Dot Foods then come into play and they've donated all of
Some large amount.
My thought is, I don't mind what it looks like. It's the spirit of what we're after. And so, and the spirit of that is turning people's eyes, giving people's eyes to see. Or, as the scriptures talk about, eyes to see, ears to hear. And part of that, and that's why it's Christmas vision, is part of that is seeing the unseen and the unseen people. And so if we can do that in a way of helping people to participate in the giving, so that we're not only giving in what we're doing, but people are getting the idea and they're also doing that, then the spirit of it is going to be really, I think, incredible. So whatever that is, I'm available for that discussion and that idea.
So then I would have drop-off locations, because one of my favorite things in Twin Falls is going to the Live Nativity, okay? And they have a food drive, and guess who never takes food? Because I'm so excited to go, and I'm so worried about checking the weather and what's it going to be, and is it going to be cold, is it going to be snowy, is it going to be rain? So the last thing on my mind is grabbing 2 cans of food before I go out.
Yeah.
And then I get in line, and it's a long line, and by the time I get up there and I see all the food, that's really not a lot compared to how many people are going through there, and then I'm like, oh, I forgot the food.
that's a real experience, and that's what every one of us would go through.
So if we had barrels wrapped with something and you had drop-off locations, you could say, if you didn't get an opportunity to bring your cans of food tonight, but you still want to give, it's in the program, here's the locations that have the drop-offs.
Yeah, I love it.
And
You're good at taking notes, Chelsea?
Yes.
wait,
That's
what
why
was
I'm
our
feeling
last
this
name?
too. Just gonna go back and listen to Cricket and Melissa.
I'm so sorry.
Are you kidding? No. Can I just say, in closing, I love you all. I do. There's a spirit here, and it is beyond us. And the fact that we're participating in it is like, wow, thank you.
Yeah.
It's great to be detached. It's great to be like, wow, I get to be like, this is cool. I get to be the first one to hear and the first one to see, and all those things, and that's what we're doing. And you're just a vessel. Ideally, that is when we're at our best, is not being the operator. And I tend to be an operator, and I that's why I'm saying I'm not converted. I have to remind myself, and I want to be, and these things are what convert me. God converts me, but it's through vessels, and I think that there's something pretty special that can be done here. Now it's just putting it all into practice and getting those ideas in formation, and what I'd love is for all those who decide that they want to be on the board to interact together. And I think one of the systems I'd like to put into place is a task organizer, a Notion, or something. I can't remember the other.
Can you be in charge of that? At least for our family.
Well, it was just like a text.
There's a task management system where, like, okay, I've got this assignment, here's the follow-up, this is what I did, and anybody at any time can go and look at it and see, okay, I have this task, check, I did that, I did this. That just helps us to have all of these ideas that are out in the ether and actually put them into
action.
practice. Yeah, because otherwise, man, there's a lot of good ideas. And they're just like out there, and they never,
Morgan, how
I know
much
this.
is it going to cost the Orpheum? Come on, we need that number.
Yeah, exactly right. That's exactly right. So that we kind of keep each other
Yes.
in task.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you also know that, like, Stephanie's okay, she's boots on the ground. She has some friends. She could organize for this sort of thing. I need, like, this help. Hey, Stephanie, are you available to do? I have this idea. It'd be great if this is organically happening to all of us, to where we have the ownership in a way that it's not ours. We're just being inspired towards
Or to say,
towards this thing.
I just met somebody that you need to talk to. Here's the info.
Yeah.
Ideally, I would love to be embarrassed to put my name on it and say, like, this is mine. It's because it's not. I don't believe that these things are, and you'll showcase it as if it is because you're the name behind it and all those kind of things. You're not the name behind it, and anyway, that's the spirit of it. I could talk on forever. Let's close this, and I do love you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for your hearts. My gosh, if we even do half of what I'm feeling with these ideas, it'll be something pretty special, and it'll take care of itself. I don't need to worry about what it's going to be. Currently, I'm out of a job. I'm not working right now. I've shared that personally with some of you. My wife is exactly in the lines with you guys' hearts. I can't wait for you to get to know her because she is just amazing. And I've loved her since I was 14. So, but the same kind of thing. She makes this possible.
Well, and to remind you of our conversation on Monday, you're not out of job. You're doing something else.
Yeah, I'm
You're
working
doing
for the
God's
Lord.
work.
Dang it! I wanted that one. That's twice now. don't think I'm that fast. The only thing I can do now is just glance at you and let you say it. It's not going to come out fast enough. All right. Can we close with a prayer? And,
Yes.
Chalice, do you feel comfortable
Oh,
saying
jeez.
that?
I knew you were gonna say something. Okay, I got it.
Because get familiar, because it's going to go from being uncomfortable to being highly comfortable, and I don't care all the varieties of faiths and prayers and however it's said. To all of us, we have a belief, and I don't care what that sounds like. It could be the most innocent, whatever it is, but I want to get comfortable with prayer and in our midst and with the cast, and even before, I will say this, before the show starts, I want to have a prayer backstage that is broadcast to the audience, not as a showcase, but as a protection, because for one, as a let the Spirit be a part of this, let us have eyes to see, ears to hear, let us remember the actual reason why we're here, and let us be humble as performers, and all of these kind of things. You know, we're living in this world that we're living in right now. Christmas is sometimes attacked when there's goodness and there's things that happen, and I believe in protection, and I believe in prayer, and I believe in faith, and I want it to be something that just breathes out of us in whatever form it comes in. So be ready. I'm going to be asking for prayers, Mike. I might be asking you for a prayer, and I don't care if you never pray. It could be your first time, and that would be a pretty incredible experience. So, Chalice?
Yes. Dear Heavenly Father, I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Obviously, you brought us all together for a bigger purpose, and we can all see that and feel that in this room and the reason behind it. And we just thank you for everybody in this room that's brought us together to make this possible. And we ask that you keep us all humble and keep us all in that mindset of why we're doing it. Let us all go away from here and just know that we're a better person because of it and because of you. And we thank you so much for the blessing, and keep us all safe as we go home to our families. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you.